In what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? A film noir thriller film, in my opinion, both challenges and fits with the stereotypical forms of the classic noir films from the 1940s and 50s. At first glance, our film portrays noir conventions such as chiaroscuro, Rembrandt-style side lighting, and dark themes. But as you look deeper, there are a number of postmodern themes within the film. Features such as our nameless lead character, extremely pessimistic themes, and lead role's dark past. All of these themes directly go against noir stereotype, but when paired into the noir genre, they work quite well. When looking into the costume for our noir film, we looked into the classic noir films of the 1940s and 50s and the neo-noirs of today. Our main protagonist wears a white shirt and a black tie. This is standard stereotypical costume for a noir film. We did this so our film was constantly rooted into the noir genre. This differs from our film's antagonist, who was a floral shirt and a polka dot tie. We made the costume reflect his sporadic personality and unhinged mind, making him a dangerous character in the audience's mind. We did this so the costume challenges conventions of the classic noir films in the 1940s and 50s and brought the film into the modern day. We also took influence from our films we researched in our original planning. Films like Fight Club and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang helped us to establish our nameless lead character and hard-boiled themes within our film. We also looked at classic noir films for our strong male character and our weak female character. When dressing the set for our film, we decided to look at classic noir films rather than neo-noir films. We put drinks, drugs and cigarettes on the table to make our antagonists more intimidating. This fits in with the classic noir films such as Double Indemnity, who also use this technique. How does your media product represent particular social groups? Our film's cast fits very nicely with noir films in the 90s, 40s and 50s. We use an all-white, all-male cast just for that reason. We do have one female character in our film, but she is far less important than the white male characters. This is how our film can fall into the classic noir genre. Another social group that may be interested in our film is the older generation. Our film has a lot of classic noir features, and someone who is interested in these films may also be interested in our take of the classic noir genre. On a whole, our film covers many social groups, including the older generations and teenage audiences. We do, however, exclude ethnic minorities and women, but this is only due to the time period in which our film was set, and in which the classic noir films was shot. What kind of media institutions might distribute your media product and why? From the start of planning our film, we decided that our film would be distributed by an indie company instead of a large conglomerate. The company we decided on was the French indie company Artificial Eye. We chose Artificial Eye because it targets a niche indie audience, but some of its films are heavily backed by the large conglomerate Universal Studios. This is so our film, while being targeted to a niche indie audience, could still be distributed by a big company that would get film out to these niche indie audiences. Who would be the audience for your media product? From the start of filming, we decided that our audience would be ranging from around 15 and upwards. This is because of the graphic nature of our film and the mature storyline. When discussing our film with our audience, they specified that they enjoyed the noir genre because it differed from other typical genres such as action and comedy. This feedback helped us make our film because it made us more aware that teenage audiences enjoy different types of film, not just the normal Hollywood film genres that they watch every day at the cinema. How did you attract/address your audience? To attract a niche indie audience, we used a number of obscure camera angles, enigmatic characters and modern themes. We also delved into other forms of media like literature. Throughout the first half of our film, we have a poem playing over the top. Audiences who are interested in both literature and poetry will be drawn into our film. We also looked at our actors' age when attracting our audience. We kept all our actors as teenagers, so our target audience of 15 and up could relate to the characters. We also implemented adult themes to appeal to the more mature audiences. Themes such as drugs, alcohol, and cigarettes. We finally used a number of conventions from the thriller genre to attract a younger audience who were shown to be drawn in by the thriller and horror genre. Our audience feedback helped immensely when looking at how to attract our audience. What have you learned about technologies from the process of constructing the product? When we was planning our film, we used programs such as WordPress and Prezi to update our blog, which was on WordPress. This is how our group could access all of the work we'd done towards our film and share it between each other. Prezi added more variety to our blog and made it easier for others to see what we'd done. We also use Final Cut Express to edit the film. This is a jump from iMovie and what we use in our preliminary tasks. Final Cut Express is far more advanced. It was good working with the new technology. Our group also experimented with GarageBand when creating the music for our film. All of the monotone drones and keyboard was created on GarageBand by my group. To do this, we used the MIDI keyboard. This extra piece of technology helped immensely when creating the music for our noir film. We attempted to mirror the music used in thriller films rather than noir. We did this to build tension within the first half of our film.
Legal terms of Mr. Freud are rendered obsolete. The legal terms.
When first experimenting with technology, my group was not confident with any of them, apart from iMovie, which we had previously used in GCSE. As we progressed through the course, we discovered new things to do with technology, like colour correction on iMovie. As we progressed through the technologies, we found it very easy to move from one to another and implement them into our noir film. Looking back at your preliminary task, what do you feel you have learned in progression from it to the full product? During our preliminary task, we demonstrated the 3 key conventions of film. Although basic, these techniques helped us keep continuity during our final film. The first technique we used was match on action. Match on action is when you film the beginning of an action and then the end, but you cut in the middle. This is to make the action flow and keep continuity throughout the film. We use this technique during our preliminary task when Rebecca opens the door into the room with Alex. The second technique we used is the 180-degree rule. This is when the camera stays on the same side of an imaginary line perpendicular to the 2 characters whom have a conversation. The third and final technique we used is a shot reaction shot. This is the most often used when 2 characters are having a conversation. The idea is to show a character's reaction to what is being said to them. All 3 techniques helped us create a final film and played a large part when discussing the original storyboard within my group.